Hey guys, it's Matt from TOTALmtg here, and it's Deck Tech Tuesday. And fresh off the Pro Tour this weekend, I'm gonna made a standard brew. Seeing Control do rather well has inspired me to make another type of Control deck with my own little twist on it, as I always do. Yeah, it was good to see Control back in the top 8. I think it was Esper Dragons and another black-green Control, which was using some of the new cards from Shadows of an Innistrad, which was very, very interesting. But I've taken my own little spin on a Control deck. It's a blue-white Control. So let's start off with the creatures in the deck. So we're starting off with, I'm going to try. It's a different type of Control deck. It's got creatures in, 15 creatures. But I'm calling it Flux Control because there's a card from Shadows called Flux that I just really like. And so some of the creatures will have effects when you can take them out and put them back into the battlefield again. So I'm going to try a 3 of Topple. When it enters the battlefield, tap target creature an opponent controls. If you have Delirium, at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, if there are 4 or more cards of type among those cards in your graveyard, you get to tap a target creature that player controls. So, you know, I'm thinking of maybe blinking this out a little bit. So we're going to give that a try. So we've got 3 of them. And then the best blinker, Reflector Mage, costs 1 white and a blue. When it enters the battlefield, return target creature an opponent controls to its owner's hand. That creature, the creature's owner can't cast those spells with the same name until their next turn. So we're going to run a full play set of them. Eldrazi Skyspawn. I wanted another 3-drop creature, and it obviously gives us a colourless Eldrazi Scion, which we can sack to make land, which is obviously good as well, because we've got a couple of big boys coming down late as well, so it might give us, can give us early blockers as well. And obviously if we flux this, although we're not using the spirit ability with Essence Flux, if we blink this out, we're going to go and get another colourless Eldrazi Scion. So we're going to run 3 of them. And then we go to our big winners. Dragonlord Ojutai performed well at the weekend. Just wants me to get these back out of the folder and play them again. Great legendary creature. We're going to run 3 of these. Has hexproof as long as it's untapped. When it deals combat damage, you get to look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 1 of them into your hand, and the rest in your bottom of your library. So we're going to run 3 of them. And then we're going to run a couple of Linvalas, one of my favourite cards at the moment from Oath. Flying, when it enters the battlefield, if the opponent has more life than you, get 5 life, and then if more creatures, you get a 3/3 white angels. So, imagine Essence Flux in this, putting it in, exile it, putting it back, get another 5 life, maybe get another angel. So we're going to run a couple of them. So now we're going to go to the spells of the deck. So we run obviously some counter spells. Clash of Wills, we run a couple of Clash of Wills. Counter target spell unless its controller pays X. This is the card, obviously, that I've built the deck slightly around. Essence Flux. Exile target creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield its under control. If it's a spirit, put a 1/1 counter on it. Now, the only spirit we have, obviously, is a Topple, which could come back with a 1/1 counter, but it's the effects that it will have. You attack with Dragonlord Ojutai, it taps, so it's got hexproof, you can blink it back in. Linvala, blink. Reflector Mage, blink. It's got all brilliant, effects that this card will have. So we're going to run 4 of them. Anticipate helps us with the card draw, find that we want to get. So we're going to run 4 of them. Going to run a couple of Eerie Interlude. Exile any number of target creatures you control. Return those cards to the battlefield under their owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. So I thought it was going to give this card a try. It's in sync with the deck. So we're going to run a couple of them. I'm going to try Retreat to Coralhelm because I wanted obviously an enchantment as well, so maybe get Delirium possibly. I'm going to run 3 of these. I'm going to give it a try. It might be a bad card, it's not the best card in the world, but I want to give it a try because it helps tap and untap creatures, which is good as well. Obviously with Ojutai, stuff like that. And it helps me scry. So, I'm going to give it a try. I think it might work. If not, it'd be sideboarded out every game. So we're going to give Spell Shrivel as our other counter spell. Got a couple of them. And then a couple of Board Wipes. We've got Planar Outburst, 2 of them. And the 1 of Dragonlord's Prerogative. Obviously, we've only got 3 dragons. so it can't be counted, but it will help us draw as well. It gets 4 cards. So that was the deck, guys. We're going to go on to the land. Obviously, I'll leave a deck list below so you can see, obviously, you know, if you've missed it on there, you can see the full amounts. Playset of Prairie Stream, playset of Port Town, Plains, and some islands. So that is the land base. So you can see the idea of the deck. You know, it is controlled. It's a different type of control deck. It's, you know, it's made, I'm not going to say it's budget because obviously it's got Dragon Lords, Linvalas, stuff like that. But other than that, it's not a very expensive deck. You know, I like to try to make decks on a little bit of a budget. You know, it'd be easy to go and put 4 JACE in and spend another $200, you know, or cards like that. But I try to be a bit different. When I get older, I'd like to put the, I haven't got any at the moment, but I'd like to get the new JACE Planeswalker, put this in the deck, give that a try, but I don't actually own it at the moment, but that will be a good addition to the deck if you've got some of them. So yeah, that is the deck. So let's go on to the sideboard. Slightly, you know, more controlling cardless. We've got a couple of Ojutai's commands in the sideboard. You know, choose 2 abilities, return target creature, cover mana cost 2 or less. So, you know, you can return the Geist. I was thinking of maybe running Thingy Ice in this as well, as another sort of beta. But, you know, I'm feeling it might be too slow to sort of flip it, you know, before obviously it gets killed. This gives us life gain as well, counter target creature spell, and another drawing cards. We've got a couple of them. Silk Wraps, brilliant card. Enter the battlefield, exile target creature with mana cost 3 or less. We're going to run 3 of them in the sideboard. A couple of Dispel, couple of Negate. New card from SOI, Invasive Surgery, counter target sorcery spell. Another Delirium. Delirium, this is really good. Spells controlled for any number of the cards with the same name as that spell. Exile those cards. So, you know, Invasive Surgery, good against any kind of sorcery card. Get that in early. And then we're going to run a couple of Encircling Fissure. Prevent all combat damage that will be dealt this turn by creatures target opponent controls. And you can awaken it for 5 as well if we want to. But, you know, we've not got the great amount of creatures. So, you know, that might come in handy as well. So guys, this was the deck. You know, I'm calling it Flux Control because it's mainly built around, you know, Essence Flux. Hopefully we will beat them down with the Dragon Lord and the Linvalas, and then just cause them havoc with the Reflector Mages and the Topple Geese. Meanwhile, you know, drawing cards, controlling, tapping, you know, using the Retreat to Coralhelm to, you know, cause disruption, blinking stuff more with the Eerie Interlude, and then hopefully getting to use Essence Flux a few times, which will be brilliant to, you know, clash in and clash out with it. Anyway, guys, any ideas for the deck, as always, leave a nice comment in the description. I hope you like this deck tech, you know. Going back to control, my favourite type of archetype. I love brewing with control. Being a bit different, you know, like this is. Seeing how it works, I'll test it. Could be good. Could be brilliant. Could be absolutely rubbish. But, you know, we make these decks and then we try them out and see how they go. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this week's Deck Tech Tuesday. Please leave a like and subscribe. And we'll see you guys soon. Cheers, guys.